Hello, everyone. We've got ourselves a very, very special event spawning down in the bottom left. It is the Blue Protoss Player Classic. But that's not what we're fixated on tonight. Because we have spawning up in the top right, his return. It's the first look. Hopefully, it'll be a great one. It is the Korean Terran player INnoVation. He is back. And let's see what we can see from him. It is a very special event. It is the first time we've seen him in quite some time. I was not expecting this, but I am more than ready for it. I'm excited about it. It has been a long time since we've seen him play a competitive match. He said he was done, but apparently that is not going to be the case. He is back. And let's get into it. We've got Classic looking around for potential proxy racks. Nope, nothing of the sort. He's going to scout. He's going to get his first look of INnoVation. 127, he sees, boom, you got a barracks at home. Just like old times, you're back on track. It's going to be a one racks expand from Inno. And Classic, he's going to do what he can to disrupt this. It's going to be a real nuisance with this probe. INnoVation not pulling the second SCV right away. Elects to say, okay, I'm just going to build a depot. So, little adjustment. Instead of worrying about it too much, it's all good. It is all good. Now, we've got ourselves a Reaper reactor. Oh, okay. Well, this is one way to get things started real feisty, real quickly. Looks like Inno is going to go for a 3 racks. When you think of INnoVation, you think of his micro, his mechanics, the fact that he got out more units than just about any other Terran, and then he just played by rote. He was a very formulaic Terran, extremely effective, and something like a 3 racks play could really fit into that strength. And here it is. Here's that 3 racks. INnoVation will be able to outmaneuver this Reaper, outmaneuver this Adept for now. He's going to get into the main base. Will scout the Twilight Council. Twilight, probably one of the better setups against a 3 racks. Meanwhile, Adept on the other side of the map. Let's see how INnoVation's defense looks. So far, he's kept this one SCV alive. Hasn't lost anything, I don't believe. Yeah, a little bit of lost mining time. Bit of a nuisance, but not a huge deal. SCVs. Oh. Okay, there we go. He's got enough Marines now. Adept Shade was canceled. Classic, he's going to lose this Adept. INnoVation. Boom, first blood. Goes in the favor of the man whose mechanics are pure gold. Now, he's going to have to deal with something. It's not going to be that advanced just yet. It will be a 3-gate blink opener with the Robo. No 4-gate blink just yet, but this is going to put Classic in a good position to potentially defend against any kind of aggression. This is probably best case scenario against something like a 3 racks. Classic, I'm not sure if he's yet narrowed it down. INnoVation, a little bit late on his combat shields timing. He is going to get into the main base, will grab himself a probe. Oh, can he get a second one? Not quite. Classic with some good micro there, saves it. Still, behind this engineering bay. Factory, he's going to be going into this 3-1-1 setup. Of course, I mean, that's really the only natural follow-up here. And it's going to be a 2-base Colossus opener off of the Blink setup from Classic. For now, INnoVation looks like he's just checking forward with a couple Marines to try and maybe open up a push angle for him. No starport. There we go. There it is. Does need a little bit more gas to get that reactor. Boom. Starts it up. Good stuff. Good stuff. Couple Marines. They're just going to check on the 3rd base timing. And he's going to make his decision as to whether or not he wants to try and deny this. Ooh, we do have a little bit of a move out coming out from Classic here. 6 Stalkers. INnoVation Well, that's interesting. He just leaves the Marines there. Meanwhile, we've got a couple. Oh, look at this INnoVation. Is he moving out, or is this a situation where he spots the observer? Not 100% sure. He does have a nicely placed spotter Marine, but Classic sees the army rotation. Sees exactly where INnoVation is. Meanwhile, a couple of Marines. They're not going to find too much. Classic somehow doesn't have vision of this Marine. It's just out of range. Oh, there we go. Are we going to see a blink forward? INnoVation setting the trap, pulling back these units. Oh, and he's going to spring the trap. Look at this. He comes in. He's going to snipe 6 Stalkers potentially immediately. And he's like, what is this, my dude? Classic does manage to escape out with 3 of them, but INnoVation showing some poise and, you know, a little bit of sharpness right out the gate. Now, that was a big stim. A huge stim even. So he's got to be... Oh, Disruptor. Oh, let's see how his splits look. Oh, well, that's 10 dead bio units. Oh, the recall is going to try and come on in. He gets the kill. Okay, so at least INnoVation gets the kill right there. And with the Disruptor going down, that's still pretty rough for INnoVation, but with the Stalkers factored in, and the fact that it was a recall and the Disruptor still died, you know, I mean, resources lost looks not too bad. 50 SCVs, INnoVation's macro is cruising right now. He's got the 3rd command center on location. Classic has not yet seen it. The Observer is not well placed for this. So despite that big Disruptor shot, INnoVation is still kind of pulling ahead in supply. He's actually up 23 army supply already. He scans. He might be able to stim in on top of this. Okay, he sees the 2nd Colossus. Yeah, he's not going to want to. He's not going to want to engage with that. He does have his +1 missile and a few Marauders, but 2 Colossus with extended thermal lance is a very big difference, especially with that shield battery there. Now we got 2 Forges coming on up for Classic here. So he's going to be going double upgrades, but for now, INnoVation. I mean, he's got the Ghost Academy on the way. He's got his +1 armor about halfway done. Everything is going pretty smoothly for him. He's going to set up on the low ground here. Ooh, a couple of Widow Mines. Going to set on up. He's just trying to avoid the Colossus fire here. And Marauder's mostly tanking the damage, which is what you want. Did he just stim a... No, I don't think so. For some reason, it looked like the HP dropped a little bit lower. Classic... He will try and take advantage of the fact that the upgrades are quite a bit faster here. INnoVation really trying to abuse this low ground location. He finds himself a Stalker and gets out. Oh, that's a positive trade right there. Couple of Ghosts already hitting the field. This is a very sharp timing from INnoVation. Charge. Almost done. Oh, we will see the probe getting spotted, taken out. This is a good amount of bio here. Ooh, big blink forward. It does snipe down. Is that a medevac? I think maybe he does lose a Stalker, though. Meanwhile, Zell's going to get caught in the middle of the map. INnoVation. Ooh, he's gonna pincer these Zealots off. They're dead. Nice little setup here. Now, INnoVation, he does add on an armory and a 2nd engineering bay here. So far, he's macroing quite cleanly. Ooh, big Zealot warping on the top side. INnoVation does not have a sensor tower, doesn't have anything out of range of this. Meanwhile, Zealot in the middle of the map does spot the army of Inno. And cute little move from Classic, loads up a couple of Zealots. There will be Vikings in position here. INnoVation is losing quite a few SCVs right here. Quite a few SCVs, but he is going to push in at the front. Ooh, Disruptor, split from INnoVation, pretty decent. Colossus is not going to be saved by the battery overcharge. INnoVation trying to break through here. He's got a lot of Marines in the front, but he might just have the numbers here. Oh, the Colossus laser beams are getting some pretty big connections. 1-1 did finish here for Classic, but it looks like INnoVation is going to get a good enough trade. And he kills a fair number of probes. Oh, Widow Mine does get dodged. Good job by Classic. Meanwhile, in the main base, looks like everything was cleaned up, and INnoVation is now up 10 workers versus Classic. Classic, who's been looking so good the last couple weeks. INnoVation has a solid lead on him at this point. A solid lead in game number 1. Meanwhile, he has half mined out of this main base, so he's going to want to transfer SCVs over to a new location very shortly. 2-2 is going to hit a little bit faster here for INnoVation. Oh, that's a slow warp in right here. And Inno is going to be able to find it, kill off at least a couple of bio units before things get in. This is looking... Wow, this is looking kind of nice for Inno. He will find quite a few of these Zealots. Only 2 of them able to recall out. This is looking very good. It's a 30 army supply lead here for INnoVation. Classic, who does have his army spotted a little bit. Very nice spotter marine there. And now a scan sees that there's a couple disruptors. Zealots on the right side. Classic is trying to find an opening with these, but INnoVation is doing a pretty solid job so far. And INnoVation adding on Liberators as well. This is an early transition for Liberators, so they don't have the range yet. They don't have the +2 weapons that makes them so effective against Stalkers. INnoVation really not letting anything through where he can avoid it. Gets this bunker up, stims the Marines, and he will be able to keep this alive with the mass repair. Nice job from Inno. Classic. Oh, we are going to see a tussle in the middle of the map. Disruptor shots being fired out, not going to be connected. 2-2 is done. It's 2-2 versus 1 run right now. Classic really doesn't want to take a fight. He's going to want to avoid this like the plague. Meanwhile, Inno setting up a missile turret onto the 4th base location. Classic is about to have his 2-2, so he will be capable of fighting pretty soon. Nice observer placement and a little zealot run by here, but it will get spotted once again by these Liberators. Oh, couple Marines. Classic, not going to be able to find an opening just yet. Meanwhile, another fight could break out in the middle of the map. Oh, INnoVation going to get jumped a little bit. Nice split right here. Does spread against the Disruptors. The Colossus moving very far forward. Great splits from INnoVation. Once again, Disruptor shot not able to connect, and it looks like Inno might be able to close. Oh, good Disruptor shot right there, but the Colossus go down, and there's barely anything left. So he is going to be able to close the distance on some of these Disruptors, but a couple more Disruptors show up, and one of them gets a big shot. Another one gets a decent shot as well, but it looks like there might just be a little bit too much from INnoVation. A few more Stalkers are going to warp in. That's going to hold the line. There is a counterattack on the other side of the map. Classic is doing some good work with that. Decent spread from Inno, but he is going to be forced back. Excellent defense from Classic. Liberators, meanwhile, not able to re-siege in time, and now we've got a warp in. Aggressively going to take down one of these Liberators. Zealots in the natural are getting some great damage. INnoVation was in a really good position, but it looks like Classic might be able to outfight him here. He's got now a 15 army supply lead for the Protoss player, and these Zealots are causing quite a ruckus. The decision to warp in Stalkers was a good one. Taking out those Liberators really opened things up in the main base here for Classic. Meanwhile, we've got the main army of Classic, which is not so big, but it is quite powerful with those few Disruptors. Ooh, nice little drop to the low ground here from Classic. He doesn't have War Prism speed, but it is good enough to still find more and more SCVs. So many SCVs have fallen in this game. We're now down to just 33 SCVs here. More Zealots warping into the main base, and I think Classic has broken them at this point. It is far too much. INnoVation almost getting through with the frontline push, but he's not able to close it on out, and Classic looks like he is going to get the job done in game number 1. Classic still has units in the main base that haven't quite been cleaned up yet. The SCV kill count, 65 SCVs have fallen. INnoVation is in so much trouble. He instantly starts rebuilding SCVs again, 4 SCVs at a time, and you know what? He's got 3-3 finishing right now. There it is, 3-3 done. Classic never started 3-3. He is on 83 probes now and a 5 base economy, but this could still... INnoVation needs to find a lot of good trades, but 3-3 is a good mechanism to allow him to do so. However, Classic sees so much of the map right now. He sees just about everything right here. That's a lot of Disruptors as well for Classic. 8 Disruptors. You can fire them out pretty much permanently at this point if you're firing one at a time. INnoVation, he's already back up to 45 SCVs, but his lack of map vision is a complete Achilles heel. He's got nothing to defend against these War Prisms in the main base. They are getting down. We do see the Zealots finding this bunker at the 3rd, And now we're going to see Disruptor zoning out the main army. There's not going to be enough repair here. It is going to be Classic cracking the 4th base of INnoVation. And it looks like he has cracked the Terran shell a little bit too much. INnoVation back down to just 33 SCVs. It's now a 50 worker lead. More Zealots warping into the main base. 10 gates worth. And I think we're going to see a GG at any moment here. Classic. Well, INnoVation's going to fight on. He's still got a decent army. He's still got some ghosts. He's still got that 3-3 advantage. But, yeah, it's just not going to be enough here. Nice Disruptor shot does connect on a couple of units, including a ghost. And I think Classic has done it. I've been saying that for a little bit, but it really feels like it's just a matter of time at this point. That accidental Reaper does get taken down. That is not the original Reaper. Oh, Disruptor shot does get fired out. We see the ghosts. Nice hot pickup here from Inno, but there's just so much AoE flying out at the Terran player. It is going to be too much to deal with. And Classic, oh man, he is just ripping this army apart. GG gets called. Classic takes game number 1. And INnoVation, he was in a solid position, but he was not able to keep the momentum going. And Classic takes game number 1. And we're back for game 2. Spawning up at the top right, it is Classic in the blue. And his opponent spawning down in the bottom left. It is INnoVation. In his first official pro match since going to the military. A solid start, but unfortunately he wasn't able to make that one happen. Wasn't able to make that one happen. Solid play from Classic. It definitely felt like he came back in that game. Definitely felt like he was a little bit behind at times. All right. We have a double gas opener from INnoVation. He opened things up with the... one Rax expand in game number 1, but he wasn't able to capitalize on that per se. Still, really solid play. It's going to be interesting to see how the 3 racks play versus INnoVation playing a little bit more of a modern style here off of this 2 gas, which ironically, in the last maybe 2 months, we haven't seen the 2 gas openers as much. They're still very strong, but they're not as persistent as they were kind of in the lead up to IEM Katowice. We didn't really see them in IEM Katowice at all. It was very minimal. All right. This is Reaper Reactor once again out of INnoVation here. Let's see what he can get done with this first Reaper. It is going to be an Adept that's been chrono boosted out. And with no Warp Gate, I'm thinking we're probably going to see a Stargate here. INnoVation, well, will get pushed away by this first Adept. Oh, Classic almost getting the kill right there. Wasn't quite able to get close enough, but that was pretty close right there. Meanwhile, Stargate in the natural. That's a cheeky place to put it right there. There is always a chance that it just doesn't get scouted, because if you jump to the high ground here and you can never kind of, make your way into the natural, this could be a little bit before INnoVation can figure out what's going on. Ooh, double Adept does shade forward, but takes 3 shots to kill, and INnoVation is going to be able to at least escape for the moment. Ooh, Classic could... Okay, no. He's not going to be able to get the Adept out. INnoVation will find the Stargate, will figure out what's going on. And is it going to be Phoenix or Oracle? It will be Phoenix. INnoVation was... Oh, I think he wanted to dart back in there for a scout, but he's not going to be able to do so. I think he wanted to go for the Widowmine drop. Oh, Looks like on the other side of the map, we do have one of the Adepts getting taken down, trying to get the, well, one of the Widow Mines, but it looks like the Widow Mine survives. INnoVation starts off with a small advantage here. Getting one of those early Adepts, it's always a nice find. INnoVation transitioning very quickly right here into the second barracks. Is he going to get a fast stim? This might be a tank, a Marine tank push. And it looks like that's exactly what we're going to see. We've got a Cyclone on the way, but I think it's going to be siege tanks after the first Cyclone here. Of course, Cyclone going to be handy. Oh, okay, never mind. There's the third Rax. So probably not going to be too aggressive at like the 5:30 mark. Probably still going to be a push at like 7 minutes. We'll see, though. We will see. This is intriguing. I'm interested to see what INnoVation brings to the table. Because his mechanics are so good, he can do some things that maybe other players can't do quite as cleanly. This is something we were seeing Oliveira experimenting around with, hitting timings that really no other Terran was going for. But yeah, no, it's not going to be any siege tanks. So it will be, yeah, a slightly more delayed push out of INnoVation. It is going to be Phoenix Colossus out of Classic to start things off here. SCV, one of them does get picked off. Good job from Classic, and he's able to get away from there. Only taking shield damage initially. Always nice to find pickups with those Phoenixes. Pick-offs, I should say. Interesting from Classic, by the way. He goes for just 3 Phoenixes and straight up into the robotics bay. I mean, it's really difficult to find value with just 3 Phoenixes here. Very minimal setup. INnoVation, ooh, a little bit supply blocked here. Not going to be able to build Marauders. There we go. Cancels Marauders, goes for Marines now. But he is still supply blocked, so it actually, until he gets, yeah, up to 70, 78 for the cap, it's not going to make much difference. But interesting little adjustment. He does not yet know that he's going up against even a robotics facility, let alone a robotics bay. Yeah, Classic's doing this. I mean, just 3 Phoenixes is so interesting. This isn't even really Phoenix Colossus. This is just more... This is just a Colossus opener, in my opinion. So a little bit of a switch up here from Classic. Meanwhile, Forge and Twilight Council coming on up. Classic does have a small worker lead, but here's INnoVation's first push. How many Colossus are on the field at the moment? Well, just the one for now. Ooh. Oh, INnoVation intercepts the Phoenixes, grabs one of them. Nice job from Terran player there. Scan comes down, sees the Observer, finds it, gets the kill. Good stuff. We are going to see Classic going into more Phoenixes now. Does have some great pylon positioning on the top side and the right side here. Going to be very difficult to penetrate these defenses. Inno going quickly into Vikings. Only 4 medevacs here as he starts that transition. So probably going to be thinking about a more frontally focused push. For now, the SCV production of INnoVation is just phenomenal. Already up at 52 workers here. Do have a Widow Mine spotting on the right side. Nice stuff. Classic. Oh, that's a lot of gateways coming on down. This looks like it might just be a big timing from Classic. I wouldn't be surprised if he throws down a, builds a War Prism, goes with +1 in charge, and just tries to end his opponent. Ooh, but it looks like it's Classic eating a lot of shots on his Phoenix. Loses 2 of them. Very little to tank for these Colossi right now. But there's only Marines on the ground. We've got 1 Cyclone, 1 Marauder, and that's about it. Force Field tries to come on in. Oh, this is quite tricky. It's so important that INnoVation keeps the medevacs alive so that you can keep pumping out Vikings. Okay, there we go. Classic does add on Blink. And a second robotics facility, but he is getting that War Prism. Classic will see this Cyclone coming. Sees the whole army now. There's very little anti-air. This is actually such a good setup here for INnoVation. If he can just keep the Vikings firing at his opponent's units. Meanwhile, second Forge has come on down. So Classic, yeah, I don't think... Oh, we do see a Zealot run by. That's a healthy Widowmine shot on those Zealots. Meanwhile, the reinforcements for INnoVation are going to be able to find all of these Zealots. Looks like INnoVation got a little bit supply block here. Had to drop a couple of depot top hats. Not particularly what you want. We do see a War Prism marauding through the middle of the map. It's going to try and find an opening here. INnoVation didn't have anything really that dealt with War Prisms in the earlier, well, in game number 1. Oh, Classic. Where's he pulling probes from and why? I guess maybe he's oversaturated at this point. Meanwhile, little attack on the right side does look like it was deflected. We are going to see Zealots getting into the third base of INnoVation, finding a good number of SCVs. 7, 8 SCVs, it looks like, going down. And yeah, even a couple of Zealots in the natural here. Good stuff from Classic. And this will kind of pull INnoVation out of position. While the Colossus get into a great spawn in this base, there is a well-placed bunker that will buy a little bit of time, but not a ton. Zealots, meanwhile, kind of buying some more time for Classic to get over here. But INnoVation, I mean, he kills off a lot of units, and it's really just a few SCVs that he loses. Yeah, only 11 SCVs versus, yeah, 19 Zealots. The War Prism did fall. More and more Phoenix are starting to fall as well. Looks like a Widowmine got the kibosh on one of those Phoenixes, too. It's now another supply lead here for INnoVation. It's 1-1 versus 1-1, but it's about to be 2-1 in favor of Classic. Ooh, Zealots once again going to try and sneak around the army. INnoVation. Oh. Ooh, does need a bit of a disruptor shot here. But the Vikings, big leap forward coming in from Classic. INnoVation. Ooh, he's eating some decent-sized disruptor shots, to be honest. They are hitting pretty hard. Meanwhile, we've got a big Zealot run-by coming in once again. INnoVation getting knocked down to just now 54 SCVs. This is starting to really wear him down. And now we've got 3-2 on the way for Classic. 2-2 and +1 ship weapons are on the way for INnoVation. But Classic is... It's feeling like Classic is starting to take the lead in this game. No 4th base just yet for Inno. In fact, no 4th command center even started yet for the Korean Terran here. I wonder... Oh, you're going to see Liberators. Oh, nice disruptor. Does manage to barely clip that one Marauder. Meanwhile, Zealot's getting into the natural once again. INnoVation is having a tough time handling these Zealot run-bys. Liberators, a couple of them do get picked off in the middle of the map, it looks like. Zealots are going to get handled here, but Classic is all over INnoVation. And look at this map vision. Excellent map vision here from Classic. Big link forward and on top of the units. We're going to see the Disruptors. Oh, looks like they may have... Oh my god, actually the army of INnoVation just got massacred. Absolutely obliterated by Classic's army. And just like that, GG gets called. INnoVation. I mean, he had some bright spots, but he kind of got obliterated here in his first debut back. Lot of upside, but Classic was a little bit stronger today, and we're going to be heading into the next series very shortly.